This is an e-commerce presentation on how to get trading up online. It's with Power, an e-commerce platform, and Barclaycard. How many of you own physical stores to start with? So let's get some hands up. How many of you own physical stores? Okay, so a fair amount of you own physical stores. How many of you are trading online already? Okay, so not as many of you. And how many of you have shopped online before? I should be seeing a lot of hands now. Okay, so pretty much all of you have shopped online. I'm guessing all of you have, but you're just being a bit shy. So that's a pretty interesting statistic here. 91.9% of people that use online search in the UK also shop online. So if you do have a website, if people are searching for your shop, the chances are they may also buy something. So it's really important to maximize your revenues that you have an online shop. Traditionally, it's been quite a difficult thing to do. We're here to show you today that it's very easy, actually. It doesn't cost a lot, and you can do it very quickly. Okay, so just to have a look at what we're going to cover today, we're going to have a look at the e-retail market in the UK. We're going to look at the multi-channel customer. I'm going to give you a demonstration, so I'm going to show you how we build a shop in about 15 minutes. I'm going to build you an online shop from nothing into a full e-commerce shop that can take payments. So I'm going to talk about shared platforms, and after that we'll talk about European expansion, and we'll have some questions at the end as well. Okay, so if we have a look at the UK e-retail market at the moment, and this applies as much to garden centre as any other industry in the UK. So 7.9 billion was spent in the last 5 weeks of 2011. Now, I appreciate you guys have your peak a little bit different to other forms of retail in the UK, but it gives you an idea of how much is being spent online at the moment. So over 90% of those using online search in the UK now shop online. So people are more and more willing to purchase something online, especially when you look at how quickly you can get items delivered. The overall share of retail in the UK, 10% of that is online, and that's constantly growing as well. So it's a big pie, and online is getting bigger and bigger part of that. Okay, so if we have a look at the multi-channel customer, so we've got quite a confusing graphic here. I'll try and explain this to you to give you an idea of how we think things work. So 38% of people that hit your website, if you have one, are completely new to your business. So the chances are, if you have either a content or an e-commerce website at the moment, 38% of the people that hit your website are completely new. So the chances are they've searched for a garden centre or something similar in the local area, and you're one of the results that would have come up. So it's really important just to have a presence online so people can hit you. So they can hit you online, they can find your details, they can see your opening times, they can even give you a call or send you an email inquiry. 22% of offline sales are influenced by the web. So if you have a really nice looking website, if you have all the products on there that you sell, if you have your opening times, 22% of offline sales are influenced by the internet. So you need to make sure that you're doing everything right online to maximize your offline sales in store. 23% of people that hit your website are only interested in offline information. So they're only hitting your website to get contact information, to get your opening times, to find an email address. So it's a massive number there. You need to make sure that you do have a presence online. And 30% of orders placed online are now picked up in store. That's a huge amount, and again, that's something that's growing. I'm sure a lot of you will have done the same. You'll have been browsing on a retailer's website, and you'll have gone with the option of paying online or ordering the products online and going in store to pay for it. So it's very, very important that you are set up for that. So consumer spending might not be increasing, but the channels where they choose to spend are changing. And online is a key component within the purchase decision. So you need to make sure that you're as ready as possible for people searching for your store online. Mobile is also getting increasingly interesting. It's something that we'll be seeing more and more. I don't know how many of you buy things on your mobile at the moment. Probably not a huge amount of you. We have one over there. But it's something that in the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to be seeing a lot more of. Okay, so why are 1 million plus SME businesses not trading online yet? So why are 1 million small businesses not trading online yet? And there's a few factors to this, and I'm sure a few of these will have probably gone through your mind at some point as well. First one is cost. It's going to cost me thousands of pounds. I'm going to have to pay a web developer. It's going to take a lot of time. I'm going to be held ransom to the web developer if I need some changes made, or if I need my site improved. I'm going to have to go back to them, so it's going to continually cost me money. Technical complexity, there's no way I have the skills to set up or run an online shop. Again, this probably applies more to you guys than anyone else, as garden centres are traditionally family-owned businesses, and online isn't something that they've embraced when you compare it to other retail businesses. And security, if you take card payments at the moment offline, so if you take card payments in your stores, obviously security is something that you'll be worried about, and it's exactly the same for online as well. You need to make sure that all the payments that you take are secure and you're protected. So Barclaycard helps remove these barriers and gets businesses up and trading. How do we do it? Well, I'm going to show you now how we can build an online shop in 15 minutes. And it's going to be a live demonstration, so the usual rules do apply. Anything can happen. So this is our website. The first thing really to say about Power is that we are what you would call a cloud-based platform. So it's completely online. You don't need to download any software to set up a website. It's all done through the browser. The great thing about that is you could be on the other side of the world on an iPad, and you'll be able to log in, check your stores, check your sales, upload new products, and you're not dependent on any kind of software. So just to give you an idea of the kind of store that we'll be doing, if we have a look here, this is stevesclothing.co.uk. This is a live store. You could go on it on your phone or your iPad now. And this is what we're going to be building. As you can see, it's an empty store. There's nothing in there. So the first thing we need to do is actually log into our control panel, and this is just admin.power.com. And this is what we call the control panel. So as you can see, we have our sales tab, catalog, website, and website statistics. I'm going to run through a lot of the options that we have here, but due to time constraints, I can't show you absolutely everything. So if there is something that you're interested in, please do come and see me afterwards, and I can talk you through a few of the other things that we do here as well. So if we have a closer look here, you can see at the top we have sales, catalog, website, and settings. So I'm going to start on the right-hand side, and we'll look at settings. And the first thing here for small businesses is website domains, and this is probably something you guys would have done as well. You think, oh, I need a website. First step in building a website is buying your domain. So you've probably gone out there and bought a domain, and that's about as far as anyone gets, because they don't know what platform to use. They don't know what the next step is after purchasing that domain. So we've made it really easy with Power. When you sign up, you get 2 domain names for free. So you could have a .co.uk and a .com. So you just basically click register new domain, you type in the domain that you want, and Power will go away, it will purchase the domain for you, and it will link it back to your store. So it's really, really easy to do. You just type in the domain that you want. Obviously, a lot of small businesses will have already bought the domain, so we also give you the option of adding a registered domain. So if you do already own a domain, let's just say, for example, we own this domain. We can then check the details of that domain. If we are the legitimate owner, we can then just link that to our shop. It takes about 24 hours for us to contact the domain owner and link it back, but it's very, very easy, and we handle most of the steps with that. Okay, so that's domains, something that we've made really simple and easy to do. The next step is email addresses, and this is really important for small businesses. I'm sure there are a few of you out there that may be guilty of this. If you've been using a yahoo.com email address or a Gmail or a Hotmail, it doesn't present the most professional appearance when you're dealing with business customers. So we've made it really easy here to get your own email address. So you've gone away and you've purchased your own business email address and that you're using for your website, and it's in here that you can link a new email address. So for example, Rory may be a new employee at our store today. He might be helping me out with the internet orders that we're having. If I want to set him up with an email address, so rory@stevesclothing.co.uk, it's as simple as just typing in his name, hitting done, and he has an email address, and he can start sending and receiving emails. So really, really easy to do again. Another cool thing that we have here, and you'll probably you'll have experienced this in the past as well, if you ever buy something off Amazon or eBay, as soon as you purchase that item, you get an email saying, "Thank you for purchasing the item. Here are all the details. This is when it will be delivered." Power does exactly the same thing for you, so it automates that process. When someone buys an item off your site, it sends them an email with all those orders. And it's in here that you choose what that email address is. So it might be thank you at Steve's Clothing, or it might be sales. And the same goes for you as well. You need to know when someone's purchased an item so you can send it away. So it's in here that you specify where that email goes to. And again, with enquiries, every single Power website comes with an enquiry page pre-built. So it allows people to pop in their details, their contact information, and leave a note. And it's in here that you choose what email address that gets sent to. So absolutely no coding involved at all. We create these for you on the fly automatically. So looking at payment methods, and this is traditionally one of the most difficult parts of setting up an e-commerce website. You also need to be very careful because of security. Again, with Power and Barclaycard, we've made it very, very easy to integrate a payment gateway. So once you have your Barclaycard EPDQ merchant account, all you have to do is pop in your credentials. So you have a store ID, a user ID, and a password, and we do the rest of the work. So once you pop them in, we integrate the payment gateway for you, and you can start taking credit and debit card payments straight away. It really is that easy, and you don't need to pay anyone to do it. You just pop in your details, and we do it for you. And again, traditionally, one of the more difficult things to do on an e-commerce site, and one of the more difficult things to get right on an e-commerce site, is delivery. We've tried to make it as simple as possible to set up here. The way that we do that is you set up your regions. So I guess for you guys, most of you, if you do have an e-commerce store, most of you will only ship to the UK because of the kind of goods that you're selling. That's fine. So we've set up a United Kingdom region here. That's simply just ticking the box for the UK. And then we have to set up shipping methods against that country as well. So you can see here we have UK standard delivery, 3 to 5 days. If you don't offer an expedited shipping option, so if you don't offer some kind of express delivery, 30% of the people that hit your website won't buy from you, because some people really do need that item quickly, and they're willing to pay more for it. So how do we set up a new shipping option? Well, it's very easy. We click Add Shipping Option. We'll give it a reference. We'll say UK express delivery. There won't be a one-off cost. We'll say it's free if they spend over £500, so an incentive to spend more money. They get free delivery if they spend over £500. And we'll base that on the number of ordered products, and we'll say it's £9.99 per product to have express delivery. And we'll say next business day. And we just need to say it's in the UK, because we can't offer it anywhere else in Europe. Okay, and that's how easy it is to set up a shipping option, and that appears on the website on the basket. As soon as the customer adds their item to the basket, they're presented with these shipping options. So if we go back to the home page here, if I hit F5, you can see nothing's happened. There haven't been any products added or anything like that, and that's because I haven't published the site yet. So when this is all set up, I hit publish, and you'll see a whole new e-commerce site there. So we have our shipping options. I've showed you how to set up domains, email addresses, payment methods. So we're going to move along to the catalog, and this is really one of the most important things. This is where you upload your products. This is where you merchandise them. This is where you add a description for them. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So we'll click on the Manage Products tab here, and it brings us to our catalog, and there aren't any products in there, and there are two ways that we can upload products into Power. The first is individually. So you can see we've clicked Add Products, and it's asked us to pop in a SKU, a name, basically all the information for our product. So we could do that. We could enter the individual information for every single product, but you guys probably sell a lot of different products, and it can be very time consuming to do that for every single product. So the alternative way to upload products is by what we call a batch upload or a bulk import. And that's just basically a spreadsheet with all of your product information in. It doesn't have to be in any particular format. We can take any format of a spreadsheet. So I'm just going to show you how that's done now. So we've got a sample product file now. And this is a hat website, just to let you guys know. So I'm going to be talking about hats for the next 5 or 10 minutes. I don't actually sell hats. Okay, so it's pulled in the information. It can see the categories here as well. And it's asking us to validate the product import. So it's just, right now, it's scanning the product file just to make sure that everything's okay with it, and it can upload all the products. It's saying that's fine, so we can start the import. This takes about a minute or so. Depends on your internet connection as well. It's not too bad here. Yes, you can put pictures in. So this is going to pull in a picture for every product. So we've uploaded 33 products, and each of those products will have a picture, so I'll show you those next. You can have up to 5 images per product as well, so if you want to have alternative images, you can do. You can even drop in video on products if you want to, and I'll show you how that's done in a sec. So if we just quickly go onto one of our customers' websites. So these guys sell electric golf buggies. It's a great example here. So they've got 5 different images of their product, different colors, and different angles. And if we go down a bit further, they've even put in a video of their product as well. It is, yeah. So with the images, you can upload them through the console, and with the video, if the video's on YouTube, they give you a little snippet of code that you can paste into the site and upload it that way. So as you can see here, we've got a few products uploaded now. So if we have a look at the top one here, and this is a Trilby, it's pulled in all the product information. So it's pulled in the SKU, the name, the price. We've got an image here as well, and we can add a few more images if we want to. It's pulled in a description, and we can customize it a bit further now as well. So if we have a look at the tabs on the side here, one of them is product options. And what that allows us to do is add options on that product page. So one of the options that we may want to add, and this is quite relevant for fashion, is size, because you need to know what size or type of product the customer's buying before they purchase it. So we'll just add 2 here. We'll say we have small and large. And one of the cool things that we can do is we can actually stop the customer from buying the product before until they've made a choice on that, because you obviously do need to know what size of clothing the customer's buying before you can post it out to them. So we'll tick that box and we'll force them to make a choice on that. The other cool option that we can add, and it's very, very simple, is just a checkbox. So it puts a checkbox on the product page, but what that allows you to do is add gift wrapping to the product. Again, it's something that customers are looking for more and more when they buy online, especially if they're buying it as a gift for somebody else and they're going to post it directly to them. So we'll say that's £3.50 if they want it gift wrapped. So those are 2 really simple options that we've added there, but we've allowed the customer to make those choices on the product page. They don't have to email you then after they've purchased the product and say, well, actually, I want this size, or can you gift wrap it for me, please? We've given them that option on the product page before they have to do that. Okay, so as you can see, we've got about 30 products loaded in there. Again, if I refresh the site, it won't make a difference because we haven't published the website yet. Okay, so just another thing to very briefly touch on is we have something called promotions. We have some promotion functionality, and this allows you to do a bit of marketing. You can be quite creative with this. As you can see here, we have a Facebook campaign set up. So if your business has a Facebook page at the moment, you can distribute this code, so Facebook 10. And then anyone coming onto your website, they just have to enter that code at the checkout, and they'll get 10% off the item. You can also give away a fixed value as well. So if you wanted to give away express shipping to the customer, you just put $9.99 in there instead. And you can choose to apply that to all products in your catalog, or you can just apply that to specific products. So like in store, you may have a sale on certain products. You can do that online. Okay, so that's promotions now. Probably the most important part of building a website is how it looks and how it looks to the customer when they come onto the site. So we have a really powerful, what we would call a CMS, or content management system. It's also very, very easy to use. So as you can see here, we have this edit website tab. If we bring that up, you can see we have basically a preview of the website here. So in the middle, if I jump back to the live site, you can see it's just a preview of that here. All of our pages are on the left-hand side. So these are automatically created for you. You don't need to create them yourself. These are all the pages that you would expect to see when you're buying something online. So if you hit an e-commerce site, you always tend to see a shopping cart page, terms and conditions, about us, contact us, an inquiries page, and some category pages too. So what we're going to do is we're going to customize the home page. So we've got a preview here, and just above that we have this edit page button. So if I click that, it brings up all these different boxes. And these are really simple to customize, and they're named on the left-hand side here. So we've got a logo tab. The second box down here is a logo tab. So in here we need to put a logo. If you have a website at the moment, you probably already have a logo. You probably already have a sign on your physical store. So we'll find a picture here. So we've chosen our picture and we've uploaded it. Another cool thing that we can do is we can turn that into a hyperlink as well. So traditionally on any website that you go on, let's see if we can do it on this one here. If I click the logo on the top left-hand side, it brings you back to the home page, and we're going to do that here too. So we're going to create a link out of that. Okay, so it's just taken me about 20 seconds to upload that picture. You can see it's starting to look more and more like an e-commerce site now. Next thing we need to do is just add a nice big picture in the middle, what we would call a hero image, and this is what brings in the attention of the user when they hit your site. So again, we're going to upload another picture. And again, with this one, we're going to turn it into a hyperlink, but we're not going to link back to the home page. We're going to link to a specific product, and it's that one that I customized earlier, the Trilby. And if we hit preview page, you can see it's starting to look even more and more like an online shop. But it's a bit bare down the left and right hand side. There's nothing really there, so we can add a few things on the left here. So we've got a search box. We might want to move that over to the left-hand side. So as you can see, it's really easy to move things around because they're just in boxes. So if I want to move my image to the right-hand side, it's just a matter of dragging it over there. So these are things that traditionally you would pay a website designer to do, but you can do it yourself with Power. It's very, very easy. So a couple of things that we're going to add here. We're going to add in some featured products. And we'll call this a winter sale because it feels like winter today. So we'll just choose a couple of products that we want to put in there. And if I scroll over to the right-hand side, you can see we have this winter sale and the few products that we have there. So we're going to add a few more things as well. So we're going to add some brands. So I'm guessing most of you sell different brands in your stores. And again, the very same thing applies online as well. So it's in here that you display the different brands that you have. And one last thing, we're just going to pop in a nice little Facebook widget. And that'll allow people to recommend our shop on Facebook when they hit our website. Okay, so we'll save the changes. As you can see, it looks a lot more like an e-commerce website now. And it's taken me about 5 minutes to add those pictures in and customize it. We also have, if I just click support here, because I understand I've gone through that very quickly and it can be quite hard to follow. We have a whole support site here, so support.power.com. You can go on if you're having any issues. We have a knowledge base section. It's chock full of articles that tell you how to optimize your store, how to integrate certain third-party programs. So if we just have a look at one of the things here, how do I set up my email? You saw me do it in about 2 minutes there, but I understand I rushed through it quite quickly. So we have whole articles here on how to set up emails and other things too. Okay, so just one last thing to touch on. Obviously, you've set up your store, you've integrated your payments, you've set up a domain, you've set up your emails, you've customized the look and feel of it, and you're ready to start selling things. And the last thing we have here is the orders tab. So whenever someone buys something from you, they'll get an email, you'll also get an email, and it's in here that you see the order information. So you'll see their billing address, you'll see their shipping address, you'll see how they paid, you'll see the items that they bought, and you'll see their contact information as well. It's in here that you can print a shipping and an invoice label for them, and you can also issue refunds directly through here as well. So you don't need to log out of your shop and log into your payment gateway and issue a refund. You can do that directly through Power. Okay, so the last thing really for us to do is publish the website. So I'm just going to hit publish website. We'll say yes. And we'll just give it a bit of time to publish all that information that I've uploaded there onto the internet. Here we go, it's done. Okay, so if we go back to the live website, we hit refresh. You can see we have our e-commerce sites, just how we saw it, just how we designed it in the CMS there. So we've got our logo at the top, we've got our nice image in the middle, we have our winter sale products on the side here, and we have our brands. So if I click this middle image here, this should take us to the product that I linked it to. And as you can see, we've got the Bradford Trilby. So It's pulled in the image and it's uploaded it to the internet. If we click that, we can also enlarge it. We can see a nice big version of the image. If we want to, we can also have multiple images as well. It's also pulled in the description. And a bit further down, we have what's called related products. So you can merchandise that product. If you know that a particular item sells well with other items, it's in here that you would add those. And it's very, very easy to add those. We just go back to the catalog. We go on to manage products, and we go back to that product that we set up there. And this is called cross-selling and upselling. And it's in here that you add the items that go well with that other item that you think the customer would probably want to buy with it. Okay, so let's try buying that item. It's saying please specify size because we haven't said the right size. So we'll need to go down. We'll choose small. Let me just zoom in for you a bit. And we also have the option here to have gift wrapping on the product. So yes, we'll go for gift wrapping. We'll click buy. The price of the item is £3,253.50. Reason being is because these are live websites, people do tend to go on them from time to time. And we've had a couple of instances in the past where people have bought trilbies and sunglasses for other people's, and then we have to send them an email saying, sorry, we don't actually sell trilbies. And refund their money as well. So this is why they're so ridiculously priced. Okay, so if we click through to buy, it's taken us through to the basket page, and we have a summary of the shopping cart here. So we have the Bradford trilby, and we can click back to that if we want. It's a small one, and we're having gift wrapping. So we've got a summary of the price, everything that we've ordered with it, and we've got our promo code box here. So if we type in that promo code that we'd set up, Facebook 10, we hit apply. If we scroll a bit further down and move to the right, you can see here it's taken that money off. So we've got Facebook campaign, minus £325. And it's in here that we can select our shipping method. So we've got UK standard delivery, 3 to 5 days. That's going to cost £1.96. If we hit UK express delivery, they get that for free because they spent over £500. So that's automatically taken off the cost of shipping for them. So the last thing really is to hit checkout, and this is going to take us through to the billing page. The customer is going to enter their billing details, their card details, and Barclaycard will process the payment for them, and that money goes straight through to your merchant account. So we don't handle any of your money. It's all processed by Barclaycard, and it goes straight through to your merchant account with Barclaycard. So we're really here just to provide the platform and to help you build a website on top of that. I've only shown you the bare bones of what Power can do. There is a lot more within here that I can talk about, but unfortunately I don't have time to show you everything. As I said, please do come and see me if you have any other questions regarding the platform. Just a couple of other things we're going to talk about today. So share platforms, how do we do that? How do we enable customers to set up an online shop in half an hour? I do recommend if you do it, you take a little bit longer than half an hour, by the way. So we are what you would call cloud or software as a service. So traditionally, if you were to build a website, let's say 5 years ago, this is how it would work. You'd spend all your money on the hardware, your network and data. You would have to buy licenses. You'd have to invest in security. If you wanted some new functionality, you'd have to budget for that as well. You'd have to pay someone to actually design and build it for you. And that would only leave about 20% at the top here in blue for the important stuff, the merchandising of your products, the marketing, the advertising, the search engine optimization, all that kind of stuff. It only leaves you a very small amount. With Power, because we provide the platform, we handle all of that. So we take care of the hardware, we take care of the security, we take care of the training, we take care of any new functionality. So if we do introduce some new functionality to the platform, all of our customers get it at exactly the same time. So as you can see here, we provide that dial tone platform functionality at very low cost because all of our customers are using exactly the same platform, and that leaves about 80% for the important stuff. So improving your site, optimizing it for sales, optimizing it for search engines, marketing, advertising, all that kind of stuff you can really focus on. Yeah, the way that we handle VAT is that it's added on. The reason being is that some websites will sell without VAT if they're selling business to business. They won't add VAT on there. some countries have different VAT rates than ours. So you can set up multiple VAT rates and you can link them to different countries as well. So if the customer says, I'm buying from France, so I want this delivered to France, it will automatically pick up that and it will apply the relevant VAT rate for them. Okay, so talking about Europe, you can see here that it's growing very quickly. So traditionally, the UK has embraced online more than other countries. So it's probably about 2 to 3 years ahead of mainland Europe. So if you already have an e-commerce site, that's great, but there are big opportunities in Europe because they are traditionally a couple of years behind us. So last year, I think it was 2010, the UK grew 18% online. Roughly, they had sales of under 70 billion euros. But if we have a look at different countries here, you can see France grew 24%, and Italy grew a massive 43%. So there are huge opportunities. There are markets in these countries that are very underserved by online. So it's worth considering selling internationally if you want to grow those revenues. So 50% of online shoppers have bought from sites outside their own country, and this probably applies a lot to you guys as well. You may not even know it, but over the last year or so you'd have bought something online. The chances are that was from a foreign company, and it may have even been shipped from a different country as well. Okay, so let's just recap and go through what we've talked about today. If you want to increase footfall into your store, you need to have a great online presence. So all about having an e-commerce site or a content site is just making sure that your customers can see you online. And this particularly applies if you're a local business, because people will be looking for your services, they'll be looking for the goods that you sell, but they'll also be looking in that geographical area. So they'll probably be typing garden centre, Reigate. And just to give you an example of that, one of our customers, they do actually have a garden centre, so let's have a look at them. So here we go, these guys, their URL is reigategardencentre.co.uk. So when people in Reigate or the surrounding area are looking for a garden centre, or they're looking for items that a garden centre would sell, you can be guaranteed that they're always at the top of Google for these results. If we have a look down here, you can see that they're doing everything right. They have all of their products on the front page, so you know what they're selling. They have all of their brands on the left-hand side here. And they've also got some marketing, so free delivery on online orders over £200. So 30% of orders placed online are picked up in store where that option is offered. So that's something that you can offer in Power. You can set that up very easily. Some retailers have even achieved up to 70% of picking up in store. So if we have a look at companies such as Wilkinson, they've done that very well. They're seeing rates of around 60% of online items being picked up in store. Up to half the customers that come in to get their package end up buying something else from the store. So if you do offer that option and someone orders something online and picks it up in store, half of them are also going to have a look around and they'll buy something else too. So there is a significant upsell for them. If you want enquiries and leads, you need to have a great online presence. A quarter of visitors to your online shop are only looking for your contact details. So you need to make sure that they're really clearly displayed, that you have your contact telephone number and email address, and an inquiries page which is automatically created for you with Power. So you can build an online secure shop very quickly and easily with no technical skills and no upfront costs. One of the things that we do at Power is every week we have a webinar that's free to join. So if you have started your online shop and you're having a bit of difficulty or you just want to see how it's done, you can sign up for the free webinar and you can view online exactly what I've done now, but in a bit more detail. It's an online shop build from nothing to a full e-commerce store. And that's every Tuesday at 2 p.m. that we do those. Last thing to talk about really is cost, because I'm sure you're all wondering how much this costs. The offer that we're presenting at the moment with Barclaycard is a great offer. It's £20 a month, which includes your merchant account costs, so the ability to process debit and credit card payments online, and 5% of transactions. But that 5% includes your credit and debit card processing costs too. So really, it's a very good deal. And if you want some more information, or if you're more interested in the costs, we have Rory from Barclaycard here, so please feel free to come over and have a chat with Rory, and he can talk you through that. Thank you very much for your patience and your viewing. If you do have any questions, please feel free to come up to me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks.